Welcome back to this Let's Play of Storm of Zehir. As I mentioned before, we are currently sneaking our way up the World Temple and to reach the final boss. This will be a short episode because I want to take the rampage down the dungeon, because we're going stealthy up and rampage back, as a separate video so that people can skip it if they don't really want to see the same dungeon played two different ways. Once again, we're going to take advantage of the fact that you do not have to gather your party before venturing forth, and we're just going to disarm the traps as we go. There is a patrolling guard in this area, and I'm not sure what his spot skill is, but I'm guessing it's probably really high. So I'm just going to avoid him, if at all possible. Using knock there to get rid of some locks. Well, I guess it must not be that high, because I just walked right into him and walked right past him. And there are more traps in this room. About from here to here on my XP bar is all disarming traps. So it's worth having a thief in your party, or in my case, just a character with one level of rogue and able learner, just for the XP you get for disarming traps. There's a trap at the bottom of the stairs here that takes a little while to show up. It's an epic frost trap. And the stairs on the right side of the room up there are where we're headed. I'm just going to hit this trap because it's here. And since we successfully stealthed our way through the entire area, we get a new history feat. We also get an XP reward. And it's auto-saving, so I can't show you anything. And we get the Master Infiltrator feat, which gives +2 hide and +2 move silently. Not what you'd call super important, given that the game is basically over. I'm going to save the game here, and then start a new video to show the rampage through the fortress, which will take a little while, and just start up again on one video beyond the next one to actually show the last fight and all that. We succeeded in making our way to the top. We get 1500 XP for the stealth run. We also get this Master Infiltrator feat, which is basically useless because the game is more or less over. And I'm going to spend the rest of this video rampaging my way back down to the bottom of the temple, and then we'll come back. And in the next episode, which will be LP 35, I will fight the last boss and show you the ending. We've been to the top, but we're now back down at the bottom, and this is what would have happened if we decided to actually go talk to Serpent Lord House, as the guy at the door told us to do. And you can actually talk your way out of this, but I'm not going to. There are a lot of enemies here, but none of them are at all challenging. So I'll clean up. Going through the loot, just Ring of Fortitude. Solo's Disaster is a human bane weapon, which isn't very important. The Ring of Protection, Dagger +3, Bracers of Armor +6, nothing useful. Disarming the trap on the door to the armory was enough to give us a level, so I'm going to gain my level up off screen. This is the armory. There was a trap on the door, but no guards, so I'm just going to use my knock, and I'll clean up and show you what I found. The armory has essentially a bunch of +3 items, some basic armor, a +3 longsword, nothing we haven't seen before, and for the last dungeon they really could have made more of an effort to have something worth finding. Proceeding up the stairs. And once again, there are random enemies here, which are not particularly scary. Some of them do use stealth, and it's really too bad that I don't have anyone with good spot skill, but overall it's not a big deal. And Nessa here doesn't mess with you. She's a innocent bystander, I guess. And here comes the next wave. Again, they like to use concealment. I really don't have a good way to deal with that. I could dispel it with a Mordenkainen's if I really cared, but I don't. The joy of this area is there are just enemies coming from everywhere, and if they were actually dangerous, it might be scary, but it's not because they're all, barely capable of hitting me, and when they do, they don't really do that much damage. You would think at least the named guy would be. He's apparently a weapon master, but there he goes. Oh, they're actually starting to do damage to me now. I'll have to use the wand and recast my mirrors. I think that's everybody, so I'll clean up. Oh, missed one. Boy, was he hard. These chests back in the rooms back here are trapped. Stuff on this floor that's noteworthy. There's a ring of major cold resistance. A Wand of Cure Critical Wounds, which we already have several of because we made them, but they're useful. Venom Drinker, which is another sort of dubious weapon. The Belt of Agility +4. This belt does not give freedom. So only the lower level belts do in this game for some strange reason. And a +3 crossbow. Gauntlets of Strength +4, but also Gloves of Dexterity +4, which I'm actually going to use. There's a Kukri +3. There's a nice stack of healer's kits. A couple of random scrolls. Nothing super important. Down the stairs in the middle of that room, there's a library, which has an archivist in it. Or had. The only loot here is just a couple scrolls. And I say a couple scrolls, but it includes Mordenkainen's Disjunction, Wail of the Banshee, Meteor Swarm, and Gate, all scrolls I may use for the final fight. The main risk in this area is just your overzealous comrades charging out into traps. And I think that's everybody on this floor. There's a chest back here, which I'll go look at. Hopefully I won't step over any traps in the process. Does not appear to be trapped. And it has some +3 stuff, including a wand and a Wand of Restoration, which I guess is an item that I didn't have. But there's not that many things that drain you around here, other than poison, and we have medical kits to deal with that. So I think that pretty much clears out the third floor here. There might be a couple other traps I'll disarm, but I'll see you back on the top floor. These are rather unusual traps in that they petrify you. I got a little clumsy when trying to disarm it. I'm not sure if it just wears off over time. Yeah, it just wears off over time. Sounds like there's still some enemies we missed. Probably don't want to leave the mage up front, but, well, we've got 46 castings of mirror image left, and a lot of scrolls of resurrection, and a lot of coins. I'm just not worried. So much for Serpent Lord Ulshan. And a Great Axe +3. And Serpent Lord Ulshan also had a bunch of interesting scrolls. Clerical scrolls. And a Ring of Greater Fire Resistance. Great. Oh, good. More resurrection. What does this lever do? Maybe it's there to disable the traps. I don't know.